It's over. The Supreme Court just slammed the door on Ghislaine Maxwell's last legal hope. Her appeal? Rejected. That 20-year prison sentence for being Epstein's right-hand woman is now locked in stone. As of today, her only way out is a presidential pardon from Donald Trump, the man who once called her terrific. While victims' families celebrate this long-awaited justice, the world holds its breath. Will Trump, in his final months, grant clemency to the woman at the center of the world's most explosive scandal? The White House is refusing to comment, which speaks volumes. This isn't just the end of a legal battle, it's the beginning of a political endgame where the fate of Epstein's most notorious accomplice hangs in the balance. The clock is ticking, and the whole world is watching to see if power protects its own. One last time.
You won't believe what the White House just refused to do. When asked if they would rule out a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell, they went silent. This non-answer is terrifying, especially when you connect the dots. Maxwell was recently moved to a cushy minimum security prison, a country club, right after a secret meeting with Trump's former lawyer, who's now the Deputy Attorney General. Coincidence? Now that the Supreme Court has crushed her final appeal, a pardon is her only escape route. The system that protected Epstein for decades is now working overtime to protect his accomplice. This isn't about justice. It's about keeping the secrets of the world's most powerful men buried. A pardon for Maxwell would be the ultimate betrayal of Epstein's victims, and the final confirmation that in this world, the powerful are truly above the law. The silence is deafening.
While Epstein's victims live with lifelong trauma, his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, is living it up in a country club prison. That's not an exaggeration. She is the first and only human trafficker in U.S. history to be placed in a minimum security facility. How is this possible? It happened right after she had a 2-day interview with Trump's former personal lawyer, who is now the Deputy Attorney General. This is the two-tier justice system playing out in real time. Victims' families are rightfully outraged, demanding she be moved to a maximum security prison where she belongs. The fact that a convicted child sex trafficker is getting special treatment is a slap in the face to every single survivor. It proves that even after a conviction, the powerful elite have a different set of rules. This isn't just a prison assignment, it's a continuation of the cover-up.
A TikTok star with over 300,000 followers was just found murdered, and her story is a terrifying modern-day echo of the Epstein playbook. Yoon was found dead on a mountainside, strangled, just 30 minutes after her final live stream. The suspect? A man in his 50s who posed as a wealthy IT company CEO, a big-spending VIP who lured her into a business partnership. He was her black cat, a top fan who showered her with money and gifts to gain control. This isn't just a tragic crime, it's a case study in how modern predators operate. They use the allure of online fame and fortune to trap young women, mirroring the exact tactics Epstein used with modeling contracts and social climbing. The internet has become the new hunting ground, and this case is a chilling reminder that the Epstein network wasn't an anomaly, it was a blueprint.
The man who murdered a Korean influencer was living a double life that's straight out of the Epstein playbook. He called himself Black Cat, a big spending VIP who dropped over $100,000 on TikTok to become a top-ranked fan and lure in his victim, Yoon Ji-ah. He posed as a successful CEO, promising her a lucrative business partnership. The reality? He was deeply in debt and his house was being seized. He was a complete fraud, using a fake persona of wealth and power to manipulate and control a young woman. This is the exact strategy of deception that defined Epstein's network. It's never about real wealth. It's about the illusion of it. This case proves that the predator's playbook is universal. create a fantasy, trap the victim, and when control is lost, resort to violence. It's a terrifying global pattern.
You've seen the viral clip of JLo shutting down a Today Show host for asking about her divorce. But did you catch the power play? There you go. Look at this guy. It wasn't just an awkward moment. It was a masterclass in how the elite control their own narrative. In that instant, she flipped the script, shamed the journalist, and reestablished dominance. This is the same PR and media manipulation that protected Jeffrey Epstein for decades. His network wasn't just about private jets. It was about controlling the story. They planted positive articles, threatened journalists, and used their immense influence to kill negative press. JLo's viral callout is a small-scale version of this playbook. It's a rare, public glimpse into the machinery that the powerful use to manage their image and ensure that no one ever asks the questions they don't want to answer.
The sins of the father are destroying the lives of his daughters. Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice, once the darlings of the royal family, now reportedly feel like pariahs in their own social circles. Why? Because their father, Prince Andrew, was one of Jeffrey Epstein's closest friends. The stench of that scandal is so toxic that it's now tainting the next generation. This is the real-world consequence of associating with Epstein's network. It's not just about legal troubles, it's about complete and utter social annihilation. The international elite, the very people who once welcomed Andrew with open arms, are now shunning his children. It's a brutal reminder that in the world of the ultra-rich, loyalty is fickle, and no one wants to be caught in the blast radius of the Epstein bomb. The royal family is learning that lesson the hard way.
The horrifying murder of a Korean influencer by a fake VIP proves that the Epstein scandal wasn't a one-off event. It was the exposure of a global playbook. The tactics are identical. A wealthy, older man creates a persona of success. He targets a young, ambitious woman on a platform where she is seeking fame and fortune. For Epstein, it was modeling agencies. For the black cat killer, it was TikTok. He uses money and the promise of a career to create a dependency. He isolates her and exerts control. When she tries to break free, he resorts to coercion and violence. This isn't a coincidence, it's a pattern. The Epstein network revealed a method of predation that is being replicated by powerful men all over the world. It's a global system of exploitation, and we are only just beginning to understand its scale.
How does a convicted child sex trafficker end up in a country club prison? The same way she avoided prosecution for years, a system built to protect the powerful. Ghislaine Maxwell's case is a masterclass in elite legal protection. It started with the infamous non-prosecution agreement in Florida that shielded Epstein's co-conspirators. It continued with years of legal maneuvering to silence victims. And now, even after a 20-year sentence, the protection continues. Her transfer to a minimum security facility, a privilege unheard of for her crimes, came right after meeting with a man who was once Trump's personal lawyer. The Supreme Court may have rejected her appeal, but the system is still working for her. It's a stark reminder that for the global elite, justice is negotiable, and protection is always available, well, for a price.
Today, the Supreme Court gave Epstein's victims a taste of justice by crushing Ghislaine Maxwell's final appeal. But the fight is far from over. In a powerful statement, the family of Virginia Giuffre declared they are committed to ensuring Maxwell serves her full 20-year sentence, and not in the country club prison she currently enjoys. They are demanding she be moved to a maximum security facility where she belongs. This is the next battleground. The legal appeals may be over, but the fight for true accountability has just begun. The victims and their families are not backing down. They are leveraging this victory to increase pressure on the system that has protected the powerful for so long. This isn't just about one woman's prison sentence. It's about dismantling the entire network of privilege that allowed this to happen.